Everybody, it's me, and we really have to sit down here and talk here. So yes, it is Thursday, March 2nd, 2023. People, before you even get started, thank you. A huge thank you to those of you who support my work. As you all know, on the first of every month, I ask you to support my work. $5. And, well, thank you to every one of you that does do that. People, with that aside, let us talk here, okay? I know you're paying attention to this. It probably goes without saying. The U.S. 10-year yield is surging higher this morning. The relative strength of the dollar surging higher. The MMRI, I just looked at it, 266. What does this mean? Risk in this market, in the world economy, okay? Regardless of the propaganda, we're going to talk more about that, continues to rise at a staggering pace here. And stock futures, at least as I am doing this video blog, trading didn't start for about 38 minutes, are lower across the board. We haven't had, well, let's see. In the last 8 trading days, the S&P 500 has finished positive once. Soon as we crossed that 250 line, that first red line in the sand with regard to the MMRI, this market, as you and I knew, watch my videos. I said this market was going to hate it, and we haven't seen anything yet at all. Zero whatsoever. Let's just touch on a little bit of economic information. This makes me laugh. So in the Eurozone here, they just got this absolutely shocking inflation report. No one expected this. That's the headline here. Core Eurozone inflation. Are you ready for it? Unexpectedly surges to a new record high. No one saw this coming. Oh, completely unexpected. Nonsense. Anybody who follows this blog, all my European friends know that we've outlined that right here. And I'm telling you here again, what did I tell you yesterday? And the day before that, and the week before that, and the week before that, and the month before that. Inflation's got nowhere to go but higher. And I'm talking about much higher, people. Central banks are not engaging in any kind of a fight. That's what we're being told by the propaganda ministry. Make it up. That central banks, they're fighting. They're in the fight of their lives to somehow control inflation. They're raising rates. And it's going to bring about a miraculous event. And inflation is just going to miraculously turn around. Nonsense. It was never meant to work since day one. It crushes the economy by killing the consumer. That's all it does. It doesn't do a damn thing to stop inflation. You know what they could do? They can contract the money supply, but not a peep, not a syllable, not a word. Oh, look over here. They're raising rates. Don't look over here at what they can really do, and that is contract this money supply. The reason why, and you know this better than anybody, why you're not hearing a peep about how the Federal Reserve or the European Central Bank could contract the money supply is because central banks' goal, number one goal is to inflate, and then inflate some more. They're buying it all. Okay, regardless of what the stock market's doing, regardless of this pretty, I would have to say, getting out of control sell-off here in the debt market. That's what we're seeing. You see, you're not being told this. They can't allow you to understand what's going on. When debt sells off, yields rise. Most people have no idea that's how it works. Well, that is what's going on here. So we have a situation here where this global debt market time bomb is ticking louder and ticking faster, as you all know, but you can't really understand it, okay, because they can't tell you this. And most people have no idea at all how the financial system works, how cash moves through the markets, or anything else here. So anyway, just going back to this market. Stock futures with regard to the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ are lower as I am doing this video blog. Dow futures are slightly higher. MMRI 266. 10-year yield 4.07, and the US dollar relative strength higher by 0.55%. That's pretty impressive, I would have to say. Gold and silver are under pressure this morning. Cryptocurrencies are under pressure this morning. Crude oil is relatively flat. Okay, all this is lovely. All this is fun and fantastic. But the issue is the single pillar that is supporting the world markets, the debt market, and the world economy is breaking. It is breaking right before our eyes. But you and I believe we are prepared for this, okay? I've been working as hard as I possibly can to keep all of you way, way, way ahead of the curve. I think if you follow this blog, I sincerely believe this, you're in a class of your own here, okay? You all understand not just this stinking financial markets here, but you understand everything that's going on. You know why it's happening. You know who the players are. You know who the enemy is. Central banks, public enemy number one, going out of their way to deliberately destroy the world economy, to create a new feudal system here. That's what they're going on. What they're doing, and it's right before our eyeballs. So, I didn't even want to talk about this because I hate it. But first-time unemployment claims come in better than expected. 190,000 last week following the first-time unemployment claims. This number has no bearing on reality at all either. What else did you want to know? Here's something very interesting I want you to pay attention to. And this shouldn't surprise you either, again, as inflation continues to rage out of control. So here we go. Labor costs here in the United States surge higher. Obviously, this is adding to inflationary pressures. Duh. Can I get a duh, please? Meanwhile, so not only, this is the paradox here, okay? So labor costs are surging. Meanwhile, productivity falls off of a cliff. Now, why would that be happening? All right. Again, it's demand for products. What's going on here, and it's right in our face as usual, as it always is. Look, the truth is always hidden in plain sight. We don't make anything in this country. We've become some kind of, I don't even know what this is here, okay? We used to make things here. We used to export our products to the world. Today, that's not the case. This is why the trade deficit here continues to get worse. Deficits going to continue to explode higher as we move forward. And I don't think anything here that we're covering now or yesterday or the day before surprises anybody, because this guy and you and I have covered right here. This is nowhere to go but worse. Inflation, much, much higher. Unemployment, much, much higher moving forward. The economy cratering, not just here in the United States, but around the world. My European friends are getting destroyed over there. Just the same as people are getting destroyed here. What can I tell you, people? Look, let me put a couple of other things together for you. If you recall, going back to the videos I did in December of last year, I explained to you we were going to see a big theme play out moving forward. That theme is currency devaluation. Collectively, central banks are destroying the purchasing power of their currencies. This is why we're seeing inflation surge, despite the fight that's being fist-fed to us. You can't even, look, the mainstream propaganda is again, has gone beyond any kind of reality. And this is something else we spoke about right here in this blog. I said, watch what's going to happen. The propaganda, the distractions, the deceptions are going to get larger and larger and larger moving forward. And with regard to that, you haven't seen anything with regard to that either. This is going to get worse here. And you're going to be told how great everything is. And just like how inflation was temporary and it was transitory and then it was peaking, 10 times. It's peaking now. Oh, don't worry, people. It's peaking, which means it's going to start getting better. And then they float out members of the freak show like Janet Yellen, who literally went out of her way to tell you that prices are coming down. Oh yeah, then she had that surprise visit to Kiev, Ukraine, to promise the Ukrainian people that don't worry. No matter, even if your cities are blasted into rubble, the United States is going to bankroll your economy. Oh yeah, that's exactly how it's supposed to work here. Understand what this is, another mechanism to pull cash into the now. How many times did we discuss here on this blog that this war over there would go on and on and on with no end in sight. It will be prolonged and prolonged even further than you can possibly imagine, and of course expanded on. Because why? Because war, the propagation of war, the expansion of war generates more cash flow for the military industrial complex, the corporations for which we have here. The United States of America is the United States of corporate America now. They want war. They want expanding wars, none more so than the Fed, because the Fed bankrolls it all. Central banks bankroll all the wars. All wars are banker wars. Have you heard that one before? Well, if you haven't, here you go. Now you got a nice thing to think about for the rest of the freaking day. All right, people, look, we covered so much. What do you think about this? Labor costs are surging, meanwhile productivity falls off of a cliff here. First-time unemployment claims coming in better than expected. We only lost 190,000 jobs in the economy. It's way worse than that. And my European friends, I am so sorry. I really, really am. Core inflation for you, unexpectedly. No one expected this except you and I. We knew it, of course. It's unexpected. No one in the propaganda ministry even dreamed that this would happen because central banks are fighting inflation. They're fighting it really, really hard, and you can tell because they're raising rates, and they're going to continue to raise rates as all they're doing is killing the economy by killing the consumer. Duh. Make this stuff up. Any of it. This is more insane than the most crazy out of, I don't know, whatever science fiction movie, but core inflation over there unexpectedly surges to a new record high. Imagine how surprised you are. Imagine my surprise. How about no? People, again, thank you for supporting my work. I really do appreciate that. It's so few of you. It's a fraction of 1%. It's a fraction of 1% that do. It's astonishing to me that, I don't know, but whatever. Look, I'm out here anyway. I love everybody, and we got it. We got to band together no matter what. But thank you again to those that support my work. If you have yet to support my work, please do. I would greatly appreciate that. There is a link in the description of this video. You can do this two ways. There's two links, Stripe and PayPal, and you can hit that little heart there. And again, I would appreciate your support. With that said, I will see all of you later for my live stream, and that's going to be just freaking lovely as well. 1:05 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll see you later.